What's up, everybody? So just recently, over the past couple weeks, I've been getting a ton of comments on my YouTube videos, which I so much appreciate. And I had this one subscriber comment, and we responded, because that is my promise to all of you, is to make sure I respond to every single one of the comments. And I really appreciated his words, so I reached out to him, and then we were kind of going back and forth on Instagram. And there's just something that he had in his questions that I really felt was so incredibly valuable, because I feel like I had gotten this question over and over and over again. So instead of just having a private one-on-one call, I asked him for his permission to put it on YouTube and for all my social media and my following to hear about it. So again, this is for all of you brand new realtors, newer realtors in the business. I hope you get a lot of value out of this, and check out the video. Welcome. How you doing?
Hey, Henry. How's it going? I'm doing good.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
So where are you based out of? California?
Yeah, I'm in Sacramento. Yep.
Sacramento, nice.
Where are you located at?
Jersey.
Okay.
The other coast. Not as nice. When I saw your picture on there, I was just like, he's got to be from California, because I saw some palm trees and I'm like, that doesn't look like New Jersey.
Yep, Cali.
Why you got your license and then your journey in real estate so far?
Okay, so I got into real estate because when I was at 18 and a senior in high school, I was kind of just searching for careers because I completely didn't know what I wanted to do. And I knew I didn't want to go to college for a bunch of years. And one of my friends brought up real estate to me. So I instantly started hopping on YouTube and studying everything and just watching so many videos about it. And it really appealed to me because I was working a day job in sales and I loved just selling things to people and helping people out. So I knew I wanted a career path where I help people and assist them in things. So I kind of knew I was going to do real estate right away. And I started my course as young as possible at 18. And then I've been licensed for about 3 months now. And for the past 3 months, I kind of been, I guess, stuck and uneducated. I feel like I don't know what to do. Nobody knows who I am. How do I get my name out? How do I generate leads or anything? And when I picked up my first brokerage, I didn't go and interview anybody, anything. I had a mutual friend whose mom had their own team already at this brokerage. So while I was taking the course, I already knew I was going to join her team, and I didn't care to ask anybody else. And I thought that once I got licensed, that she would be there to guide me and tell me what to do and exactly, okay, step by step. Okay, you want to do this, to do that. But over the 4 months, I felt like I was kind of just wasn't getting what I expected. And I know it's on me at the end of the day too, to get to where I want to be. So I guess I should just be more motivated to learn on my own, I guess. But I thought I was going to get more. Now I'm kind of struggling to see if I want to switch to somewhere else, because I do have other potential people that I know that are successful in real estate. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Cool. I want to reiterate, because I want to make sure I heard you 100% so I can provide you some awesome value. What I heard you say, because similar to me, got your license when you were young, been in the business, you said, about 4 months now.
Yeah.
And the last 4 months has kind of just been wondering kind of like how to get your first deal, kind of feeling like there's not a lot of guidance, and you're kind of wondering, what you should do at this point when it comes to either, because you're not happy with your current brokerage because you feel like they're not guiding you the right way. And
well, the brokerage is great, but it's kind of more the team, I guess. The brokerage offers me like a lot of packages and stuff, add-ons, but I guess it's the team specific.
Okay, cool. So then let's dive into this. So specifically when it comes to your first year, just know that there is a crazy amount of quote unquote pressure put on people just like you and me, where again, right now you're 18 years old, 19?
Yeah, I'm 19.
Yeah. So, I mean, listen, I give you a lot of props to getting into this industry at the age that you are. Listen, my first year, I sold 2 houses and it was in the 11th and 12th month. Just understand, it's quite all right. There's this crazy pressure that right out the gate, you have to make all this crazy money. And definitely there's the opportunity to do so. And when you're young and hypothetically, you've never experienced any type of sales career prior to, or any business prior to, what kind of happens is that you kind of just go off of what other people say. Can I ask you why you joined the current brokerage you're at?
Yeah, when I was taking the test, I just had a friend whose their mom was in real estate. So I just kind of went with that. And I was like, okay, I know somebody that's successful. Okay, I'm going to go with them.
So I literally did the same exact thing. It was the one woman that I knew that in real estate, and she was fairly successful. So I joined her. I had actually kind of the same experience, not a lot of guidance. And I was on her team and I didn't really make any money, like I had said. So I resonate with you a lot, Chris. And just know that it is completely okay to feel the way that you are and to have the thoughts of switching companies and teams. This is not something that's outrageous to feel at this moment. Just know that. What's most important, like you had shared from your story, is yes, taking 100% responsibility for your results is something that I would definitely recommend doing right now. Where regardless, because yes, don't get me wrong, we're going to talk about mentorship in a second from what the new team or new company offers. But in your position, I wish that I could go back and tell myself, just take 100% responsibility, like I started to a few years later. What does taking 100% 100% responsibility mean to you?
Having the ambition and having that hustle to go and just do it yourself. Because anybody could say, do this to be successful and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if I don't go and do it, then I'm not going to be successful. Like I have to have my own self-drive because nobody's going to be there for me. I got to be able to take account and be disciplined enough to.
Agreed. And it's where it's on your shoulders. It's your responsibility every day to not only educate yourself, but to go out and make your prospecting calls, go out and network, and do all the things that you know you should be doing. And don't get me wrong, I'm not disagreeing that there's a massive value to working on a team. And there's a massive value. I joined a team and it was an incredible value. For my second year, I was a part of a team, and they took me from my first year doing 2 sales to 38 transactions in a year.
Wow.
There's a massive value to joining the right team. Let's dive into that more specifically. So you have an opportunity to join a team at EXP. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So I have another friend that I know, and he's just been educating me a lot while I'm just on this other team. He's still kind of guiding me, and I felt like a lot different. Instantly, I felt different with talking to him. And he asked me to join his team, and I was like, oh, like what brokerage are you with? He said EXP. So if I were to join his team, I would have to switch to EXP. And then I started studying about EXP and looking at videos. I saw a lot of videos how, oh, EXP is bad for new agents, but I was like, well, I guess if I want to be on this team, I would have to join. And I don't know too much about them. I was going to ask you if they have a lot of perks and like how it is at EXP.
So first and foremost, switching brokerages, I'll give you an example. When I joined that team for my second year, I basically said, I don't care what brokerage you're with. I'm joining you. I want to align myself with you. And the thing that I want to really, really dive into specifically, because I feel like a lot of people need to hear this. What often happens is if you're a young, hustling agent, the world wants you to work for them. Every team leader is like trying to grab your attention. Hey, work with me, work with me, work with me. Especially if you're good on the phones or want to be on the phones, like every single team leader is going to want you to work with them. Okay. Just understand that. What you should be looking for is the team leader who has several agents on their team who are successful. Okay. Because if you're their first agent, yeah, you might have a little bit more attention and success, two very different things.
Yeah.
So if this person has no other agents on their team, I wouldn't just say join them to join them. If this is a pretty established team and they have several agents and a lot of them are closing a decent amount of transactions, 100%. Now, also, if this person is hypothetically closing 50 plus transactions a year, yeah, it also could be a good opportunity for you to join as their first agent and getting a little bit of extra attention. So definitely could be some value. But if the person's doing 10 transactions a year, 20 transactions a year, they're probably not ready for a full-time person like yourself.
Right.
So you have to play with that. Like the person that I had joined was doing well over $100 million a year in business and had dozens of agents working for them and several that were fairly successful. So I knew that I would do the same. What I like to say is that you're not going to be, if you're joining a team with several other agents on it, you're not going to be the number one agent tomorrow. But use the number one agent, or number one, number two agent as like the benchmark of what your success can look like in 12 to 24 months if you hustle. So the number one agent on this guy's team was doing, I think it was like 3 or 4 or 5 deals a month, something in that realm. I think it was like 4 or 5 deals a month. So I was like 4 or 5 deals a month. I'm like, I'm doing, 2 a year. Like clearly, like I have some room to grow here. However, we've seen teams where the highest agent's only doing 3 deals a year, 5 deals a year, 10 deals a year. And it's like, that's not really in a benchmark that I would be shooting for. And those are 2 things that I would focus on. Now let's talk about EXP for a second. By no means is this a pitch to join it.
Yeah.
And I am saying to you that EXP is not for an agent that needs an insane amount of handholding. If you are not joining a team and you're a brand new agent and you want a lot of handholding, EXP can be good for you if you have the right mentor or sponsor, someone who brings you into the company. If you have a great sponsor and you know who they are and they've been taking care of you, yes, you can have a wonderful experience. But if you do not know your sponsor, if you have a bad mentor and you literally need, if you want a ton of handholding, you're probably not going to get it.
Yeah.
Right. So that's where you start hearing the stories where people had not great experiences as a new agent with this company. However, there's dozens upon dozens of hours of free content. If you have a fantastic mentor, a great sponsor like myself, or it sounds like this guy that you're about to join, yeah, you can have an incredible experience as a brand new agent. But again, it's your responsibility, sort of just like any other company. The only other difference is that with other companies is that you can kind of just complain to the office manager in person.
Yeah.
Did you feel like that really supports you in your answer?
Yeah, it does. Thank you. Yeah. There's no like local offices when joining EXP, right?
Yeah. So EXP is a 100% virtual office, except for the occasions where mega icon agents like myself have gotten our own spaces. So leased spaces on our own. So there are actually there are probably a number of them in every state, because I know there's a number of them even just in my hyper local area. There's only one state office.
Yeah.
Listen, I work out of my house. My entire team is 100% remote.
Mm-hmm.
And we meet up every, once a month in person just to kind of check in with everybody in person. But
Yeah, I would say I do most of my work at home too, like on my whole setup and stuff. I do have an office that I can go to at my current team, but I usually stay at home.
as long as you can be productive at home, I feel like it definitely has its pros to be at home, especially now with a dog and a fiance. It definitely can be pretty supportive. Again, what other ways can I support you?
I had some questions about cold calling
Go for it.
because I guess I've struggled with that the most. I feel like, okay, so when you're cold calling and you're trying to set the appointment, and that's like the goal is to set an appointment. I feel like I don't know where to go after I set the appointment. Like, is the goal to set an in-person appointment to give them a presentation, or is the goal to talk to them just about their house, or just look around at their house when you get there, or
Yeah. So for cold calling, just to clarify, what kind of leads are you calling?
in my farm in my neighborhood?
Okay, got it. So it's similar to circle prospecting. What I would recommend is, and for anybody listening about cold calling, the entire purpose of a cold call is to set an appointment to list their home. That is 100% the sole focus every single time. Yes, are there occasions where I could possibly say that it possibly makes sense to just go meet the person face to face and have a conversation about their plans in the future? Sure. It's definitely not recommended because I definitely think that you could just have that conversation over the phone. And if you're genuine and kind and smiling and good energy, you can build similar rapport over the phone. The intention of every in-person appointment is to list their home. If you're going to their house, you should make sure that they understand why you're coming over.
From past experience, would you say it's like on like the second phone call or fifth phone call, or it's like just random for everybody else?
It depends on how well you're practicing your scripts. So again, I don't know if you've downloaded my script book, but I would make sure that.
Yeah, I did. I was looking at it.
Good. Look at it like this. If you are cold calling, only 2% of every person you're going to call, you're actually going to close on the very first phone call. 80 to 90% is between the 5th and the 12th contact. So it's all about follow-up.
Yeah.
So if they say to you, look, we're interested, just not right now. Okay, fantastic. What does your time frame look like? Like, well, ideally, we're looking to sell within the next 12 months or so. Okay, well, in a perfect world, when you do sell your home, where are you looking to move to next? If they're in California, they're probably looking to either move south or out of California, or maybe upsize or downsize, right? Depending.
Right.
Let's just say that they're going to look to move to Vegas, just like a lot of people are. So you say, well, we're looking to move to Las Vegas. Okay, great. Well, in a perfect world, when would you like to be in Las Vegas? Well, ideally, it'd be yesterday. Okay, why? Just curious. You said 12 months. Why are you looking to wait 12 months before you look to sell your home? Well, we're looking to wait till our kids are out of high school. All right, now you're understanding the motivation. You understand, right? So now you're starting to go down the block. Like if you don't go towards the motivation, you don't find that key piece of why they're looking to wait. You're going to keep trying to push them to sell the house today, but they're not going to do that.
Okay.
Unless you can educate them on why the real estate market might not be great by the time they look to sell. So I have any last question? Any last minute questions?
Not that I could think of right now. But thank you for taking your time out of the day.
Of course, always. And look, I appreciate you taking the time and joining me here. Last thing I'll say to you as a brand new agent is this: building a sustainable, successful business over a 3 to 5 year span is normal. Making 7 figures in this business is simple, but it doesn't happen in 10 days. You're looking to build a long-term successful business. Growing by 20% a year is good. Making 20, 30, 50, 80, 100 grand your first year, whatever the number is okay, as long as you understand that you put in every bit of effort possible every day. And you took that 100% responsibility like we talked about. Because the only time you can actually get upset about your results is if you're not doing everything you can be doing on a daily basis. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Well, listen, I'm excited to see your success over the years. And if you need anything, you know how to reach me.
Yep. Thanks, Henry.
Thanks for joining me. I'll talk to you soon.